In this video, I'm going to put the Umarex Ruger APX multi-shot to the test as far as which pellet shoots the most accurate at 25 yards, so I could put this pumper up against my other pumpers in my backyard competition. In the first video, I only tested one pellet at 25 yards, and that was the Vogel Made in USA flat nose. We will see what happens to the others in this video. I'm going to use 5 pellets. Let's discuss how I came up with those 5. The first 4 pellets is based on how they ran on the chronograph, speed and standard deviation. Plus, I also am considering the shape of the pellet. I think that the flat nose pellets probably are going to get a little more unstable the further out they go, due to the energy losses occurring to these pellets as they head down range. We saw in the first video the Vogel went from 8 foot-pounds muzzle velocity to around 5 foot-pounds by the time it hit 25 yards. So that's a lot of loss of energy going on there in that short span. 177 pellets tend to lose energy fast. The first one is based on actually performance I've seen it do on other videos at 25 yards, and that is the RWS Supermax. Plus, it's made by RWS, which has some sort of association with Umarex. Then we got the H&N Excite Hammer, which had a good standard deviation. It also has that dome shape. The Norma Golden Trophy is the third one. It had a good standard deviation in the 2s, plus it's a dome shape, and it's a little bit heavier. It's 8.4 grains. Then the fourth will be, of course, the Vogel, and we've already tested that, but we're going to test it again because you want to compare apples to apples, same conditions. And the last one is going to be the H&N Barracuda Match, which in the previous video I had not tested. So let me show you how I came up with the Barracuda Match. Before I get to the stats, last night I tested some additional pellets to see if they could even come close. I tested the Crossman Copper Magnum, the H&N Barracuda, and the Daisy 557 flat nose. That's the one that Daisy Company recommends and the one I used in my 753. The Gammo, I did run it through the Crony because its shot pattern at 25 yards, it's not even worth spending the time doing the Crony. Sorry, you Gammo people. The Barracuda, it has a closer pattern and only 2 flyers. The Daisy 557 had a nice pattern, but it had 2 wide flyers, and the Copperhead about half and half on flyers. The ones that didn't fly gave me a tight group. Of those 3 that I did test, the Barracuda had 609 feet per second and nice kinetic energy at 8.8 and a standard deviation of 3.4. Just to show you that you can't always count on standard deviation, especially at 25 yards. The Daisy Flat Nose had a standard deviation of 2.5. So the 5th pellet will be the H&N Barracuda Match. So I'm going to use the same kind of target, the Allen target. I put giant crosshairs on there so I could see them from 25 yards with that little scope. I'm just going to aim at the crosshairs. It doesn't really matter if they hit the middle of the target. What matters is the grouping. Let's head over to the range table. Before we get started though, it's time to change out this board. I think the 22s did their, especially the Marauder, did their effect on this. Right, I'm at the bench. I have cleaned the barrel thoroughly. Shot a couple down there just to warm up. I am using the lead sled. We could take as much human error out as possible so we get a little better measurement as far as grouping. First couple of shots, you'll notice that we're in daylight, although the sun is starting to go down. But by the time this is done, it will be dark. I got a lot of pumping to do and a lot of shots to do. The important thing isn't really to see this gun shoot. You've already seen that. Let's see what the groupings are. I've taken my warm-up shot. It's time to get down to business. It's starting off with the Excite hammer from H&M. So I'm doing 10 parts. You can actually see pretty well as far as in focus with this little BSA scope pretty well. For now, I think I'll leave it the same. And that was the last shot where you're seeing me shooting until it's dark and towards the end. But another couple at the target, and then we're turning that camera off too. All right, I'm back. Here's the target up to now. I have a decent group with the Vogel and the Norma, it looks like. The others aren't bad, but they're a little more spread out and have flyers. We'll look at them closer later. We'll finish out with this one. I'm not even sure what the count is. Well, that's it. It's going to be 1 of 3 pellets. I'm going to take a look here under the lights. And the Vogel didn't quite make a quarter pattern. It was consistent, but a little spread out. The Norma had a really nice tight pattern with one flyer that went out clear out there, but still stayed in that 3-inch circle. But that's like 4 pellets right there. So the Norma really did well. And then the only other one that had a quarter pattern was the H&N Barracuda, but it had flyers. In order, I would say it was the Norma, the Barracuda, and then the Vogel. Well, I hope you found this video informative, and look forward to seeing the competition between the 760 and this one to match off against the Barra, which at this point doesn't even have a scope on it. I may end up putting this BSA on it. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, press the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, consider that. And if you got a comment, I'd like to hear it. I get a lot of advice, like for example the use of the RWS and the Norma came directly from comments, and I do learn things and take them into consideration. So we'll see you on the next video.